You water your plants on schedule. You provide ample sunlight. You might even talk to them. But despite this care, leaves turn yellow, growth stalls, and nothing seems to thrive. The instinct is to look at the leaves for answers, but the actual failure is usually occurring out of sight, beneath the surface. Soil is the foundation we trust to support life, yet it is often the silent reason gardens fail, an oversight that catches even experienced gardeners off guard. We have identified 10 specific soil problems that quietly sabotage growth. Solving them requires a systematic diagnosis of the environment below the ground. Guessing with surface-level treatments alone rarely works. Success requires analyzing the dirt layer by layer, beginning with its physical structure. The first diagnostic layer is physical. It focuses on the size of soil particles and how much space exists between them. When soil particles are pressed tightly together, you encounter problem 1, compaction, and problem 2, poor drainage. In this state, the density prevents air and water from moving through the root zone. You will see water that collects on the surface rather than soaking in. Underground, the roots are effectively drowning in stagnant water or gasping for oxygen, leading to stunted, weak plants. Soil texture can also lean toward 2 difficult extremes. Problem 3 involves sandy soil, where large particles allow water and nutrients to slip away instantly. Problem 4 is clay soil, where dense, flat particles trap moisture so effectively it creates a waterlogged, airless environment. To fix these physical extremes, you must introduce organic matter, like compost. This creates pockets in clay for drainage and acts as a sponge in sand to hold on to moisture. Establishing a balanced physical structure is the prerequisite for all other soil health. Once the roots can breathe, you can address the chemistry of the dirt. The second diagnostic layer involves the chemical availability of nutrients. This brings us to problem 5, poor pH. Soil pH determines whether nutrients stay bound to soil particles or dissolve into the water plants drink. If the pH is too acidic or too alkaline, those nutrients become chemically unavailable, effectively starving the plant despite their presence in the dirt. This lockout shows up as sudden yellowing, poor growth, and weak stems. Even with a balanced pH, you still face the extremes of supply. Problem 6 is nutrient deficiency, where the soil is depleted of essentials like nitrogen and phosphorus. Problem 7 is the opposite, over-fertilization. Excess nutrients can lead to salt buildup and chemically burn the roots. Precision is the only way to resolve a chemical imbalance. Start with a soil test to determine your exact pH and nutrient levels. Then make gradual adjustments rather than applying heavy chemical doses. However, nutrients are rarely static. To keep these elements cycling into the plant effectively over the long term, the soil needs a functional biological system to process them. This leads to the third diagnostic layer, the biological vitality of your garden. Problem 8 is a lack of organic matter. This is the primary reason soil in modern gardens becomes lifeless and unproductive. Healthy soil functions as a biological engine. It relies on a network of microorganisms and fungi to break down organic material into a form that plants can actually use. When this biological activity is absent, you face problem 9, soil-borne diseases. Without beneficial microbes occupying the space, pathogenic fungi and bacteria can attack plant roots without resistance. You can support this ecosystem through crop rotation, proper plant spacing, and consistently adding organic material to feed the microbial population. A thriving biological community serves as a self-regulating defense system, keeping harmful organisms in check and maintaining soil health naturally. Finally, we reach the 10th and most significant problem, gardener apathy toward the soil itself. It is easy to view soil as mere dead weight used to hold a plant upright. But when we ignore the foundation, the garden is doomed regardless of how much we prune or water the leaves. To reverse a failing garden, you must address all 3 layers, repairing the physical structure, balancing the chemistry, and supporting the biology. When the soil is healthy, it performs the heavy lifting, feeding and protecting the plants so they can reach their full potential with less intervention. Stop reacting to symptoms above the ground and start addressing the causes below it. When you understand your soil, you can grow with confidence. Subscribe for more frameworks to help you grow smarter, and your future plants will thank you.